100 different police agencies announced in the last couple of days that they are pulling out of supporting and working at the Democrat National Convention to be held in Milwaukee in August. This is 100 agencies a little bit bothered by the attitude, not just of the defund the police messaging coming out of the left, but specifically in Milwaukee, there was an order, a citizen oversight commission that directed the Milwaukee police chief to publicly account for their using tear gas during protests in late May and in June. The point is that the city itself is turning on the police and other police agencies thinking we're going to go and work in that city where you have the city itself turning on the police. And so the DNC convention now has had police agencies understanding this under contract with the DNC saying, no thanks, not going to work your convention. And this, I think, is just the beginning of, and what I hope we'll see more of, is practical pushback against the insanity of the idea that we're going to defund the police in this country. The idea of defunding the police, great trend, great slogan if you're a radical leftist, anti-American, Antifa person, not such a great thing for the common American, considering their safety in their lives, wherever they live around the country, considering what is their safety, their life going to be like if not only police are defunded or if funding is cut, is reduced to the police departments, and on top of that, the pressure put on police departments by the left in this country, it's pressure for them to be concerned about their own enforcement tactics, going to err in the side of not taking action when maybe action is needed because they don't want to be the next one in the headlines in this country being criticized and attacked over their conduct in any particular interaction. So there's going to be a long-term and rolling pushback against the left in this country until the idea of defunding the police, either they step back from it or they realize they just can't win elections running on such absurd slogans such as defund the police. Last quick thing in today's First Five. There is an ad put out, and a friend of mine sent this to me, and it's a 30-second ad just picturing in Minneapolis what it's like defunding the police. So, Matt, this is clip 1.
Honey, I think someone's in the house.
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, yes, I think someone is breaking into my house. Please send help.
Unfortunately, ma'am, a human resource officer is currently unavailable. We could send someone tomorrow between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m.
Defunding the police has real-life consequences. Radical liberals are fighting for a police-free future. Don't let them put your family in danger.
Now, folks, in wrapping up today's First Five, I will say this. I favor, and I think every rational American favors being attentive in cases of police brutality, investigating immediately when cases of police brutality are alleged, constantly working to monitor relationships between police departments and the citizens in the county or a city where they work. It is not as though the choice is leave everything as it is and do nothing or defund the police. America was actually already on, and still is already on, the track of constantly trying to improve policing in our country, constantly trying to improve if there are past behaviors, past practices no longer acceptable. We were already on that path. If you listen to Brandon Tatum on this show a couple weeks ago, the former police officer in Phoenix who was a co-founder of Blexit, he said most of what the left is demanding was already happening in police departments around this country. But we are at a very scary time where the left seems to be just capitulating their messaging, their support for what we're watching in America's streets. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, as led by the Marxists who founded it, engaging in actually dangerous activity, and police not only unsure whether to get involved or how far to get involved or what to do, but actually finding themselves in the crosshairs of the elected officials running the cities around our country. America's not going to be happy with this. So I want to wrap up the First Five by saying I think the DNC just got a little bit of a sting, recognizing they've now lost 100 contracts with police agencies trying to help that should have been there at their convention. And they're going to have to figure out moving forward between now and November what they really mean to say about America's police. And that, my very fine friends, is today's First Five.